Hello everyone, and welcome to another Company Heroes 2 replay cast. My name is ATR, and today we're going to have ourselves a 1v1 on Einhoven Country. Our heroes today are going to be Festung, playing as the OKW in the red. His opponent is going to be none other than Leeroy Jenkins, playing as the US forces in the blue. And I checked the profile, and that is actually Leeroy Jenkins. He stopped playing WoW. No, I don't know what other names he goes by, but yeah. Anyways, so Einhoven Country, the map by Spanky and such, pretty cool. The little fort over here on the right-hand side, kind of castle-ish. So, anyways, let's take a look at what's going on. We got Festung going straight opening with a Kubelwagen, going for a Volksgrenadier second. Kubelwagen supporting the Storm Pioneer. Storm Pioneer is going to be closing the distance on a rear echelon squad up here on the left-hand side. The rear echelon squad hiding themselves a little bit behind the bush. I guess not expecting the Storm Pios to get right on top of them, and they are forced to quickly retreat as the Storm Pios go for the cap of that strategic point. Not a point of any importance, so it looks like Festung is going to abandon it after decapping it. But yeah. Leeroy Jenkins, for his part, has selected his Doctrine already, and that is the Armor Company, and of course went ahead and got himself a Assault Engineer squad right off the bat. Did get a Rifle squad as well, getting a second Rifle squad to continue on that approach, and yeah, so it's nice to have that Assault Engineer squad there to support, of course, and yeah, I mean, not going to be relying on them only to fight and such, but they do a lot of damage up close, but well, we'll see. So anyways, the engagement over here on the left-hand side, Kubelwagen and Storm Pios engaging. The Storm Pios not closing the distance, which may be a bit of a mistake there, although they, well, I mean, it doesn't matter here since they're on the wrong side of the cover, but I guess they didn't want to close the distance because they would have gotten shot up in the out in the open. They do have heavy cover here, as they have the heavy cover against the flanking rear echelon squad, but they actually managed to withstand the engagement. 4 men strong still, so that's 100% firepower remaining, but they are going to be capping the point. No repairs going on the Kubelwagen just yet. Now they do, and they're still capping the point at the same time. Far right-hand side, we hear the Assault Engineers engaging the Volksgrenadier squad. Volksgrenadier squad will be losing quite quickly to those. They do a lot of damage up close, and if they are allowed to close the distance, kind of like Assault Grenadiers, they're just going to wreck your face at close range. Even like Storm Pios, I mean, they're not very strong, you know, health-wise and such. They're going to quickly fall in a long engagement, but if they can get up close, they can put the hurt on. Storm Pios managing to get themselves very up close and personal there with that Rifle squad. Once again, putting the hurt on them as the the Kubelwagen gets a suppression going on the Rifles, and this Storm Pios squad still holds 4 men together, and they're very low in health now, all of them, but still going on. Assault Engineers do also get access to the flamethrowers later on, something that, of course, the rear echelon squads do not. They only get access to the hazard removal package, so one other nice little thing about having them. Volksgrenadiers taking a volley and executing one of the Assault Engineers. Assault Engineers, again, trying to close the distance. 3 men strong, still going to be able to do a lot of damage. They might be able to close the distance altogether. Yes, they do. Get right on top. Oh, they lose another man. Down to half strength. They're not going to be able to win the engagement, but they can potentially... Nope, they're not even going to get a kill. Can it actually make it out of there alive? Taking a lot of shots on the retreat. Volleys continue to fly, getting some more hits. Very low in health. Lucky there for Leeroy Jenkins as he keeps the squad alive. Storm Pios holding up inside the barn here, or I don't know what to call. They might be able to pick up the kill. They are going to pick up the kill. A nice move here by Festung. Cuts him off, and down goes the Assault Engineer. Very nice pickup there for Mr. Festung. Left-hand side, the Kubelwagen moving around. Rifle squad taking some shots at it. No longer does it have the Storm Pios to support it. And yeah, the Rifles, I mean, they'll probably get caught there on the open, yeah, as they get the suppression going. Gonna get suppressed. Oh no, they managed to get out of the arc of fire just in time. Far left-hand side, Rifles capping some points, I can assume, yeah. Nothing on the field right now besides the 3 Rifles, although I guess we did have the Assault Engineer. But yeah, now he's going for the Lieutenant, which we'll be hitting right about now.
We have a lieutenant reporting in for duty.
Festung, for his part, only 3 Volks have been produced. And he goes for the mechanized regiment headquarters. Cool Wagon can, of course, always retreat back to base and get himself set up there. The Storm Piles retreating back to base, not really going to help him out too much. We don't have medics, so they're just going to head back out and still be at 4 men and very low in health, which is an unfortunate situation, and one of the reasons you do need to strongly consider putting the battle group headquarters as part of your strategy, because, yeah, I mean, it can hurt you in some ways. Rear Echelon Squad getting suppressed as they catch the Cool Wagon out in the open. The Rifle Squad trying to close the distance. The Cool Wagon is going to be getting itself rather closer to the Rifles, taking some shots. The Gunner going down. Can it make it out of there? It looks like it's barely going to make it out of there. Very low in health, but it remains strong, and, well, it just stops there. Not exactly sure why it's stopping. It doesn't have a gun, but, you know, it didn't get pursued, so a lucky break there for Festung. Center map, we do hear a big engagement as the lieutenant leads the charge with some rifles behind it. Volksgrenadiers trying to hold the line, 2 squads at a time. They are able to put up quite a fight as they are in some heavy cover, but it looks like they will eventually lose. They managed to actually focus down the rifle squad, forcing it to pack up and leave. But coming up for a flank, we see another Volksgren squad, although they pop inside the barn, which does not allow them to shoot but from only 2 windows, so that will severely reduce the firepower. And we now have a utility car on the field for Leeroy Jenkins as he rushes forward for great justice. Still, the 50 cal on top there, not going to do too much as the units are inside a house. We'll slowly whittle them down window per window, so they do have to evacuate quickly, but since they're inside, you know, it's not going to be that big a threat. It lets you react rather quickly. Lieutenant squad actually keeping alive with the best member. Still has the bar, still has the lieutenant with its Thompson and 1 extra guy. Volksgrenadier squad getting harassed here by the utility car. Going to be forced to retreat if it doesn't want to die. Doesn't look like it wants to die, so it does retreat. And on the far right hand side, we see a rifle squad getting pushed away by Volksgrenadiers and the Storm Piles. Storm Piles have gotten 3 men now, very high in health, so it looks like they did find themselves an engagement where they lost some of their men and were able to reinforce. Utility car will be doing a lot of damage there to the Storm Pios. We see a rocket and warfare getting built for Mr. Festung. Does have the mechanized regiment headquarters, so could of course go for the flak half track. But it does not look like that is something he wants to do just yet. Oh, he's actually going to go for a Puma. Ooh, interesting. Okay, much more vehicle oriented or anti-vehicle oriented, but yeah, I mean, killing the utility car with the flak half track would actually be kind of difficult. So yeah, I mean, this is actually the right choice. Volksgrenadiers healing up out in the open. Why is that? That's just a graphical glitch. Huh? Well, it's gone now. Kind of weird. Okay. Am I missing something from the Doctrine? Oh, we do have Festung selecting the Fortification Doctrine. Yeah, I'm kind of confused. I'm assuming it maybe was some type of graphical glitch, or maybe a glitch where the healing was still being affected on the squad, even though it wasn't there anymore. Anyways, Puma rushing in, getting a nice shot off on that utility car. Second shot flies, utility car goes down, managing to drop the bazooka. A nice little pickup there for Leeroy Jenkins, although he hasn't noticed. Puts his squads in cover, putting the other rifle squad inside there. Did manage to throw an anti-tank rifle grenade at the Puma. The Puma backing off with a damaged engine as the Kubel Wagon moves into support. And Leeroy Jenkins spotting the bazooka. Gives him quite a nice little surprise there. Bazooka flies. The Kubel Wagon does not get hit, but it does not realize that a bazooka is flying in its direction. Festung not paying attention there. Takes a shot to the face. Will he manage to get it out there? Nope. Looks like that Kubel Wagon will be going down. Yeah. Getting a little bit confident there, or too confident there in that, thinking that, well, it's just a rifle squad inside. It's not really going to be able to do much to my vehicle, so I'll just leave it at range and keep it fighting in the house. Unfortunate, but it happens. Yeah, anti-tank grenade, rifle grenade goes off. The Puma takes a shot to the face, managing to inflict a lot of damage there on the rifle squad. And whenever I talk shit about the Puma, there's a lot of people that get very defensive just because I don't like it. I mean, it's not that I don't like it, I just have some personal issues with it, I suppose. Anyways, Rifle Squad with the bazooka, first to retreat regardless, manages to do some damage to the Puma, but the Puma is very close to the battle group headquarters, so it's going to get automatically repaired, so not really that big a deal. MG-34 coming onto the field for Festung will help out to stop all these rifles. No more vehicles coming into play right now for Leeroy Jenkins, but he is building himself, actually, no, never mind. Well, he's researching grenades. Don't see grenades too often, at least we didn't used to. We have seen them, you know, a couple times in the newer patch, so maybe they have been, you know, a little bit more favored recently. Oh, but never mind, that's what I was saying. Thought he was making the captain, but no, the captain's already out. Never mind, my bad. So yeah, captain's on the field for Leeroy Jenkins. So if he does get something, I'm assuming, considering he went captain, he's good. Yeah, he's gonna go for the steward. There you go. Steward being built right now. Interesting decision, though. The Puma can still very easily kill the steward without much of a threat to it. The real threat comes in the form of getting stunned by the steward and then potentially getting killed by either bazookas or maybe an AT gun. Of course, the Captain Tech lets you get the AT gun, so you know, that's that. Left-hand side, rifles moving around, capturing some territory as we see Festung pushing into the center, laying down some sandbags in the middle of a fight, and taking some bazooka shots to the face of the Puma. The Puma forced to back off. Captain moving up with two of its bazookas, or it's two bazookas, I should say. Gonna get some more damage in there on that Puma. Puma should be fine. Oh, it's getting kind of caught there in the terrain. Very bad pathing there for the Puma. Oh, Festung not... Oh, well, nice reaction there for him, although... Oh, no, still gets himself killed. Needed to move in this direction since the... Ooh, that was very bad. Yeah, that looked like a pathing issue right there. Just danced around, not knowing what it needed to do. That's kind of the thing, right? You're always supposed to either use your reverse button, which is a very nice addition and custom that you should get to, you know, a good habit you should get into. Or doing the whole shift clicking very close behind the vehicle so that it, you know, it just quickly reverses. Because if you just tell it to go back as a move order, the vehicle's going to want to turn itself around and go there facing forward rather than backwards. So potentially one of those mistakes, but yeah, it happens. Volks Grenadier Squad almost getting itself killed there. The battle group headquarters has come online for Mr. Festung up in the front of the field. Very aggressively placed, but it should help him out quite a bit. Going to be able to heal up and reinforce his troops very close to the battlefield, very close to the center. Smoke going off. The bazooka taking some shots at something. It didn't actually hit the battle group headquarters, so probably just the MG. And the storm piles getting right on top of those things. So the steward's now in a great spot because it only has to contend with the Raketenwerfer. Raketenwerfer, of course, is very stationary and difficult to well, hunt down an enemy vehicle with. Basically needs to be a mistake here by Leeroy that would cause it to get that steward killed. Does pop out of the crew to get some repairs going as the captain holds up in front of it in that house. Raketenwerfer getting some shots in there as Volks Grenadiers and the MG take some shots as well. Grenade flying at the MG. Nice grenade getting right behind it, doing some good damage, but the MG only loses its gunner. And is it in range to reinforce? No, not quite in range, but very close to it, so shouldn't be that big a deal. Should actually be in range to heal, right? I mean, let's see. The medics are currently healing back up over here. Yeah. Yeah, these guys are currently moving out, although they're not going to be able to catch it, but yeah. So the MG-34 moves forward, Festung able to push back out. Leeroy Jenkins backing off, getting himself his own AT gun. Kind of what I was talking about, using the stun shell shock ability. You can stun a vehicle, potentially kill it off with the AT gun. It's not a big stun, though, so it's not like you're going to leave it there forever, but, you know, properly executed, can do quite a bit of damage. Is there water there? Why the hell does it look like that?
God damn it! Someone get us out of here!
That is weird.
M10 ready for action.
Isn't that like the water effect?
Back to full strength. Reinforcements in.
Well, there you go. That platform is made of water.
Stick with me and you might just
Raketenwerfer moving over to the right-hand side, I mean. And on the left-hand side, we see a big push here by Volks Grenadiers. We do have 4 Volks on the field for Festung. All of them push to the left, although 2 of them decide to break off and move back into the center, as we see a push here by Leeroy Jenkins into the center with the rifles, with the bazooka and the lieutenant. MG-34 getting Not flanked or anything, but they don't manage to stop the lieutenant squad before it manages to get inside. Got the squad suppressed, but it managed to crawl into the house, which is going to do a lot of damage to the MG-34. MG-34 backpedaling, not wanting to retreat, as he does not have a retreat point established here. It's very close to the base, so it doesn't really need to do that. And yeah, so it just backs it off, gets it reinforced, and gets it healed up. Second MG-34 for Mr. Festung. Should help out cover some nice spot. Oh, nice shot there by the steward. Getting some hits on the Volkskrans. The Volkskrans backing off, taking another shot, but managing to stay alive and back into reinforcement radius. The Rocket and Warfare moving back by itself. Smoke grenade going off by the lieutenant. Leeroy Jenkins very active. Almost, I would say, aggressive there with the... Ooh, nice hit there by the Rocket and Warfare on the steward. With his smoke grenades, I mean... It's pretty cool to see. Reminds me a lot of the way that really good players use the shock rifles, popping smoke in front of MGs and such. Very nice, very nice. I say it because we don't see the smoke grenade from the rifle being used a lot. Very rare, actually. So the captain holding itself up inside that house. We have Volks Grenadiers, Storm Pios, and MG-34 shooting at it at range. Won't kill it. I mean, obviously it's going to do some damage. Eventually whittle it down, but it'll probably just pop out the rear and get out of there. Steward on the flank, trying to get some shots on the Rocket and Warfare. The Rocket and Warfare returning fire, taking some hits on the Steward. But the Steward, again, it is a U.S. Forces vehicle, so the crew can just pop out, quickly repair, and get back in. One of the great features, and probably the primary reason why the U.S. Forces don't have any heavier vehicles. They'd have to either remove that ability from the squad. Captain retreating very low in health, cutting it very close, but it looks like it worked out. Makes it out of there just fine. And the center has been flushed out there for Mr. Festung. Utility car getting salvaged there by the Storm Pios. And we see the Bulldozer Sherman getting called onto the field for Mr. Leeroy Jenkins. Bulldozer Sherman, quite a beast. Has literally that bulldozer in front. And of course has the 105 gun, which is essentially an artillery gun. Not very good against vehicles, even though, yeah, it can do damage. Doesn't have a lot of penetration, but I mean, it's kind of almost like the shit, what was that name? The austere tank, artillery tank, tier 4. Damn it. Can't think of the name, even though it's in the game. Oh, well, whatever. But anyways, yeah, it's like a... Oh, nice hit right there. Down to 2-man, forces the retreat. What is that name? It's, again, like an artillery tank, very short, stubby, only looks forward. Come on. Let's see, the tier has the Panther, the Neville Werfer, and the... Nope. It doesn't want to come out. Never mind. I mean, you probably know what I mean anyways. So, but yeah, it reminds me a lot of that one. Basically in the way that it works. So center map, we see a push here by rifles. Once again, getting them close inside that house. Kind of needs to do something about that house, Mr. Festung, because it keeps getting garrisoned there by the enemy forces and being a pain in his ass and hard to dislodge. We do have a Yak Panzer on the field for Mr. Festung. Moves it up to try and get some shots there on the armor. It is currently prioritizing vehicles, takes a shot, hits the sandbags and destroys them, which is not exactly what he wanted to do, but I suppose it kind of helps. The Yak Panzer did take an anti-tank rifle grenade, damage on the engine, but it is going to be pulling back. Still strong, or still alive, so there you go. Captain and Lieutenant moving in unison. Power couple there. Nice grenade combo going off there on the, well, not even combo, but nice grenade going off on the MG-34, killing it off and potentially leaving an MG in the hands of Mr. Leeroy Jenkins. Steward moving up, going to be taking some shots at the battle group headquarters. The Yak Panzer is there. The automated repairs not going through as it took a shot, and the mechanics there got a little bit scared, but yeah. The reason I'm not able to remember the name of that tank, even though the main reason is because I'm stupid, is because I'm still thinking of the Storm Tiger, which we saw in the last game. But it's not that one. It's not. That's why I'm like, is, but it's not the Storm Tiger. I know it's not. But damn it, I can't. The name just doesn't come into my head. Nope. Oh well. So anyways, stolen MG34 now in the hands of Leeroy Jenkins. He got it with the lieutenant. The lieutenant retreat. It's back at base now. Needs to get reinforced. Bulldozer Sherman online. We now see, oh, not online, but repaired. We now see a Wolverine coming online for Mr. Leeroy Jenkins. Pushing forward, that can easily kill that Yak Panzer if it catches it on the side. However, kind of a long run there to get in there, and of course it's not going to be alone. There's going to be Shreks, and there's going to be probably a Racket and Warfer nearby. So yeah, even though it's not nearby, but you know. Infantry support gun on the field now for Mr. Festung. Going to be utilizing it to dislodge that house. Like I said, it's kind of being a pain in the ass right now for Mr. Festung because it's very close to him and he's not the one controlling it. Like, he basically needs to have something in there all the time. Maybe not even an MG, maybe a Volkswagen squad, just to make sure that it can move around and fight a little bit more effectively. But Leeroy Jenkins, every time he pushes into the center, he gets a squad in there. Like, again, there's nothing there stopping it. We got squads behind it. And again, it just stays there and does a lot of damage at range because nobody is in there. And it's hard to dislodge. So either needs to collapse it or put something in there. Grenade flying at the Volkswagens. A nice dodge there by Festung. Forced to discard the point, however, but still manages to stay alive. Volksgrenadiers moving around together. We do still have that rifle squad. They could get right on top of it and try and get the kill, but looks like they're not going to try to do that. A second Wolverine coming online for Leeroy Jenkins. It's an interesting decision. I mean, he can just simply push forward and eliminate the buildings if he wanted to. Volksgrenadiers popping themselves inside the house. Finally a... finally a good decision, but... The ones with the Shrek, they were outside, and the Bulldozer Sherman takes a nasty shot and down it goes. Second shot flies, hitting inside the house. Nobody getting hit, but geez, that was painful. Infantry support gun moving up. We see the Yak Panzer taking some shots at the Bulldozer Sherman, getting some good hits in there, getting some good damage, but I don't think it's going to be able to kill it. And we now see the flanking move here by Mr. Leeroy Jenkins. The Wolverines coming right on top of the Yak Panzer. The Yak Panzer now trying to move back. The Wolverines not doing a good job here at hitting it on the rear. They actually had a decent shot at hitting it from behind, but no, they just got themselves right next to it. The turrets were very slow to turn, and the Yak Panzer now cloaks itself to break line of sight. Takes a shot and whoa, eliminates a Wolverine. It also took down the Bulldozer Sherman in the center, and the second Wolverine is gonna go down. Boom! Wow, nice control here on Mr. Festung. Down goes another Wolverine, and the Steward is the only thing that remains. That went ridiculously poorly for Mr. Leeroy Jenkins, losing 3 tanks in one engagement, not even being able to pick up the kill on the Yak Panzer. The Bulldozer Sherman is now sitting there in the center, just completely toasted. Toasted and roasted. Still, though, Leeroy Jenkins doing a good job of controlling the map. We see Festung down to 154 points himself, while Mr. Jenkins sits comfortably at 485, so even though he lost those 3 vehicles, he does pretty much have all the time in the world right now, so all he needs to do is keep himself calm and collected, regroup, recover, reinforce, and should actually be fine. Rifles moving around the right-hand side. Center map, we see another engagement. Captain engaging against the Storm Pile squad. Infantry support gun doing a lot of damage. The Storm Piles now only facing bazookas, so they are in a pretty great shape there. And the infantry support gun, of course, helping out, forces the captain to retreat. The tank getting salvaged here by the Storm Piles. One of the very nice features there. It's simple yet pretty effective. It's pretty elegant, I would kind of say. Racket and Warfer getting overwhelmed there, not overwhelmed, but overrun there by the rifles. Forced to retreat, makes it out of there. The Yak Panzer is moving in that direction for some reason or another. I mean, there is a Steward moving up, and of course we do. Oh, we see the. Wow, that was actually kind of cool. So the water effect goes off again, which is kind of weird, but the plank there gets collapsed, and the MG on top of it dies as well. Kind of weird, but I guess it works. Yak Panzer cloaking itself once again, making sure that it's not revealed. Volksgrenadiers moving up, rifles engaging, far right-hand side. We do still have that Steward, and we now have a Wolverine back online for Mr. Leeroy Jenkins. Like I said, yeah, he suffered a big loss during that engagement and didn't go his way, but he kind of has a lot of time. Center map, we see a Pack 43 getting built for Festung. Not entirely sure that's going to help him out too much. It's a little bit too far forward. Obviously, he can defend it, but I mean, we do have the 240mm. Yeah, the howitzer barrage. Not even going to try to say it. For Leeroy, so he can just call it in on top of that. The rear echelon squad, even spotting it as it gets built. Not getting finished. The storm pilot is going to be closing on top of them. We have a bar on the rear echelon squad. Helps out quite a bit in terms of damage, but still not enough to withstand the assault of a storm pilot squad, especially a veteran C4 one. And down goes the rear echelon squad. Festung getting himself another nice pickup there. Stolen MG34 being a pain in the ass. Storm Pyro is backing off. The Pack 43 is still there. Still has not been fully built. Volks Grenadiers sitting a little bit further back. Lieutenant rushing forward as it's able to, well, essentially rush. Far right hand side, we see a Steward getting killed. And the Wolverine taking some shots as the Rakuten Warfare and the Yak Panzer take some shots at it. Very low in health. Almost takes it out, but it stays alive. Oh, return shot there by the Wolverine, doing a lot of damage there to the Yak Panzer. The Yak Panzer needs to cloak. Can it cloak? Well, doesn't matter. Didn't get chased down, and we see that the Wolverine should be getting repaired somewhere. All the way up over here. Rifles and Captain getting right on top of the Yak Panzer. Oh, Yak Panzer going down there for Mr. Festung. Again, this is exactly what Leeroy needed. Just to keep cool, keep collected, and try to get some kills. Did lose his Steward, though, which was unfortunate, but manages to pick up the kill on that one. Festung can, of course, replace it, but I don't think that replacing it was part of his... Really? Well, yeah, I guess victory points make sense. Yeah, so never mind. So, yeah, Festung throwing in the towel. Yeah, he did lose quite a bit. He lost his tank. He even lost a Rakuten Warfare. Oh, no, wait, that's the Pack 43 that never got finished, which is kind of weird. But yeah, triple cap currently against him, down to 44 points. Would have been a very desperate fight, and any mistake would have probably cost the game later on. So it's understandable why he threw in the towel. Did still have quite a bit of forces, though, but I suppose he wasn't able to consolidate. So anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the game. If you have any positive or negative remarks, go ahead and leave them in the comment section below. If you have any replays you want to send me, go ahead and send them to the email that I will put in the description. But otherwise, I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.